Hello, Chicos. So I was gonna wait to post a video until I posted my video of Iguazu, but it's gonna be a couple days, so I figured I'd give you a video in the meantime. And I'm not gonna talk about Iguazu because I can't even put it into words, but check out my pictures and I'm gonna upload videos I took at the waterfalls, and oh my gosh, it was just so amazing. The weekend was just phenomenal. The Iguazu Park is like 8 miles, or we walked like 8 miles that day, and it was just like all to see waterfalls, and it was mind blowing. It was just crazy. But this video I'm gonna talk about my host family. So I don't know if some of you've been curious or not, but it's just me and 3 other females. My host mom says a casa de mujeres. So my host mom's name is Graciela, and then she has a roommate, and her name is Angie, and then I have a roommate. Well, we have separate rooms, but I call her my roommate, and she's from New York, and her name is Raquel. And so, oh my gosh, I love my host mom. She is phenomenal. She is a psychologist, and here they just tell it how it is, and she has so much patience, and she's been hosting girls from I would assume girls from the US for like 10 years, and she's just always like, tranquila, tranquila, and she's just like, calm, be calm, be calm, and, she, like, at dinner, we talk, and she makes us dinner, and it's good, and she's always like, te gusta, and do you like it, and she makes me special food because I can't eat onions or tomatoes, which is really nice of her. And she's not a morning person either, so in the morning at night she sets out like our cups for coffee and stuff, and then in the morning we make our own toast. And at dinner the other night she's like, you girls, she always gives us like lectures at dinner, but they're like they're well intended and they're always really sweet. And she's like, girls, you need to use me as a resource. You need to talk to me and ask me questions and ask me how to say this and do that. And Raquel and I were talking to her, and we're like, well, yeah, because we just had our midterms and we both did pretty well. And I was like, yeah, the grammar part I have down. It's the talking that's really hard for me. And I think that's why, because I'm a huge grammar person in English, and like grammar has come pretty easily for me in Spanish, and I love the grammar part of it, so I think that's why I have trouble speaking, because I want to make sure I say it right, and you have to figure out what tense you're using and then how to conjugate it, and then you have to figure out what words you're saying for what you're trying to say. There's just a lot happening in your head. And she's like, oh no, you need to be able to make mistakes. She's like, it is important to be able to make errors. Like, you guys need to go to therapy. And we were like laughing, and she's like, no, I'm serious. She always says that. She's like, en serio. She's like, that's something else if you don't think you can make mistakes. And I was like, oof, we just went deep real fast. But like I said, they just say things, and it's honest, and it's funny, and she's a therapist, of course, and therapy has a very different like connotation here. Like, everyone goes to therapy apparently, so I just thought it was really funny. But she's so sweet. The other day, I'm just going, like, talking about all the time she yelled at us, because it's just so funny. The other day, she yelled at us because, mainly Raquel, but she was yelling at both of us. She's like, oh my gosh, no one's gonna steal the food off your plate. And it was just funny, because, like, it was in Spanish, and she's like, nadie estaba robaron tu comida. Like, no one's gonna steal the food off your plate. Like, you guys need to eat slower, like, you eat so fast. And Raquel and I were, like, laughing, and I was like, I eat pretty slow, and she's like, no, you don't, like, eat slower, like, this is a time of tranquila, like, it was so funny. She was cracking me up, and then, I don't know, she's pretty great, and I really struggle at speaking Spanish. I don't know why. Like, it's been so hard for me. But she's a lot better at speaking Spanish than me. And so the other day at dinner, I was trying to tell my host mom something. And I always, like, say, when I'm about to ask a question, because I need her to, like, be prepared to listen to my chopped up words. And she's just like, give it to me, like, what do you have to say? And she focuses in on, like, what I'm trying to say. And, then whenever she's telling the story, she's like, ¿entiendes? And I'm like, yeah. And then she, like, looks at me and she's like, you don't understand. Why did you say you understood? And then she'll, like, explain it to me again much slower, and she'll, like, start making motions, and she's a phenomenal woman. She's hilarious. But I think that's really the gist of it. She's really great. And she's really good about, like, not holding our hand, or, like, she doesn't, like, monitor us really. As long as we are, like, she doesn't care as long as we're here for dinner, and if we're not, we just, like, send her a text, like, because Raquel and I go out sometimes, or whenever we come home pretty much whenever we want. Like, it's not a big deal. The only thing, like, she is strict about is, like, she won't let me have my window open, because they all think it's cold here, so the heat's on, and I'm, like, super hot, and so I always open my window and have my fan on high, and she won't let me have my window open with the blinds open, and the, like, has this huge, like, shutter thing, so it's completely dark in here. And she's like, if you have the window open, you have to have the shutter closed, or if you have the shutter open, you have to have the blinds over it. Like, people can look in here and see you. And I'm like, no one's looking at me. Like, I'm just sitting here on my bed doing my homework or reading, or, like, whatever I'm doing. Like, she's like, oh, you have to shut the window. And I'm like, okay, fine. That's the only thing. It's a little weird, but whatever. So, besos y brazos. Having a good time in the good old BA. Thanks for watching. Please watch the Iguazu video. It's amazing. Amazing. Oh, I think this is my Kindle, and I don't want to shut it off, and I just took a picture instead of shutting it off, so that was awkward for everyone involved.